I got a little burnt out from social media because in the beginning I was really trying to just prove myself, and I was like, you get on camera even if you don't have like the best. Like I was kind of polished.
I'm a retail guy,
Yeah.
but I come from a family that did multifamily, and I was like, no, I don't like tenants and toilets. It's not for me.
People are gonna deals fall apart, especially early on. Like, things aren't gonna go how you want. People aren't gonna be loyal to you. So I would just say, get a mentor and have reserve.
Forget chasing single-family rentals. Let's build commercial portfolios. Collect the best insights and information from commercial real estate experts and industry heavyweights on this episode of the Rent Stew podcast.
Live from CREI Summit 2025, Palm Desert, California. This is the Rent Stew podcast. I'm your host, Christian Cotta with Hungry Investments, bringing you the brightest and the best minds in commercial real estate. If you are looking for commercial real estate insights, information, tips and tricks on investing, development, leasing, career path, networking, all that great stuff, everything that comes along with one of the greatest industries there is on this planet, you're in the right spot. I want to thank you for being here, investing your time, and I want you to take away as much as you can from each and every one of these interviews as I bring you all these great people. And I'm now joined by Brian Perry. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So Brian is a leasing broker, office, tenant rep, leasing broker, office buildings, Washington, D.C. area, our capital.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he works, ground central or whatever we call it, where, where all of the laws are made in our country.
Right.
Yeah. You're in the epicenter. Yeah. So we're just talking about this off camera, House of Cards stuff.
Yeah. No.
Favorite show.
Convinced me to move from the
It
New York,
helped
New
you
Jersey
get there?
area. Well,
That show
it
did?
was just I've lived in New York, New Jersey, Boston.
Yeah. What's it like living in DC?
DC is it's kind of like a calmer, more buttoned up version of New York. Like New York, I did, you're running around, high energy. DC is a little bit of, regular hours, business meetings, and then some good places to go out.
So calmer.
So calmer.
Yeah.
From a New York, from 6 years in New York, I would say.
And so obviously you got a lot of, like we were talking about government, but being a tenant rep in the office industry, how is the Washington, D.C. market?
The Washington, D.C. market, there's a lot of you see on the news, I think D.C. ranks pretty high in conversions and everything. There's a lot of refinancing in office in D.C. with buildings. So, you got to go landlord by landlord still. It's not like everything's getting better and
kind of up and down. The last few years.
But I mean, I got a call for the first time in months for a pretty big company moving to Tyson's Corner, which is like a little city with a lot of Class A space, a lot of amenities, Ritz-Carlton, the Tyson's Galleria, Tyson's Corner Mall, so the Metro, and just tons of fancy restaurants. A lot of people are driven there. So they met with me a couple weeks ago, and that was kind of the first of that type of group that I'm saying, okay, we want a new headquarters.
Yeah.
We want to come to Tyson's. And Tyson's is like that perfect balance between not being right in DC and just out of DC, easy access. So
kind of like, what do they call Chevy Chase, Maryland?
Yeah. So when I first moved, I was like, okay, I'll do the whole DMV area.
Yeah. Let me just fix it. You're good. Yeah.
But the DMV area is actually, it's hard to cover that, but you're trying to cover like the 495 Beltway and stay in that for your region. But Chevy Chase, very popular for office. There's like two medical buildings. I don't go much further out than like Chevy Chase, DC, but North Virginia is where my Google people find me.
Yeah.
So they're mostly calling about Tyson's Corner.
So how'd you get into office tenant rep? Like what what
I
kind
just decided to pick the sexiest. No.
No,
Yeah.
that's that's
Yeah.
what I want, because I'm a retail guy.
Yeah.
But I come from a family that did multifamily, and I was like, no, I don't like tenants and toilets. It's not for me. So
So
like,
that's, I find people can drift one way or the other, but either way you have to deal with, personalities. But
Yeah.
my personality, so I was military before, like, and I got out around 2009, 2010. And then I was like, okay, I want to just go to New York, sit at a desk and do do that and kind of figure things out. And
Yeah.
I thought I was going to just go into banking and I worked at like a credit agency.
yeah,
And then I was like, all right, well, I got to leave. I go to get my MBA in Boston College, and then I come back, tried to get a job in New York, like marketing. But I was like, at that time, even just 2 years passing, how like everything advances.
yeah.
The things that I wanted, you needed like 10 to 15 years experience.
You're like, what the
And
heck?
I was like, this was not smart.
This video is sponsored by SiteCRE.com, the smart site submittal platform for tenants, landlords, and developers. Site streamlines the entire site submittal process, from custom AI-powered submission portals to a tenant-seeking site marketplace that makes expansion fast, efficient, and targeted. At Hungry Investments, we use sites to validate sites we already control, target locations for specific tenants, and even identify tenants actively looking in trade areas where we're doing our due diligence. It's become an invaluable tool for our growth, and it can do the same for you. Check out sitescre.com, where smart growth starts. Yeah.
So a military recruiter sent me like a list of these jobs, and I just kind of went down the list. I know this is not promoting like a straight thing, but I was like, oh, Health Pro Realty Group. What is this? Commercial real estate?
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, that sounds good. And then they put me in contact.
You started doing healthcare leasing.
Yeah, so healthcare, I was like, that makes sense to me from the sense of, okay, I know they need space.
Doctors.
I can deal with doctors.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, oh, is this like helping other people that help people? That seems kind of good.
Yeah.
Versus me like just trying to
Work
with anybody.
Yeah.
But so I did that for like 3 years. The guy was a mentor, so I met every week, even during COVID. Because I started like January 2020.
So you got a mentor.
So I got a mentor. That was
It's a big thing if you're trying to learn stuff in commercial real estate, is find somebody that's willing to help, and everyone's pretty much willing to help if you ask the question.
right. I almost didn't come because I was like, switching a career. I was like, is this really something, that I should do? And then he kind of convinced me to come. And we met once a week in person for like a year.
That's awesome.
But I also, that first year, you're like, okay, how am I
putting
I
food
had a
on the table?
condo
Yeah.
that I was paying for like near New York, and I was like paying for that. Then the world shut down, and I was like, you're not going to get paid right away.
No,
on
it takes a
deals.
while. How long have you been doing
For the
office?
5 years.
Yeah, so
it's a little bit over, I guess.
So
January.
literally right before COVID?
Yeah.
Oh my God, in the office?
Yeah.
Brian, this story is just getting better.
I usually don't. Everybody thinks like, oh, I've been doing. They don't realize. Like,
No,
I
but
started where like.
Yeah, but it's great because you can see like we've had a bunch of different people come on. So like it's some of the younger people that are just coming out of college and getting started. Then you have people that have been doing this for 30 years.
Right.
And then there's like people that come from a different industry, want to do a career change, and in commercials what they're looking for. So it's great to hear the timing of what you're talking about, though, starting a new career. So if Brian can make this work, I don't want to hear any crying or whining in your coffee, because you started in office, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And they shut down.
Pretty much that whole. I was like working with
I'm
people.
sorry, I'm not trying to laugh.
Well, you're bringing back all my pain from that
It's
year.
traumatic.
So I like. So that's why I found so valuable, because that was so much pain. I was like, I got to connect with other people, so I know this has some long term
So you came to the first CREI
Yeah, I
summit,
was
meeting
like-
Ken and all the SIOR guys.
So I met Ken and like.
But it helped your business?
It did help because I was like, first of all, they all stayed at the fancy Ritz, and then Lake Tahoe was shut down, and I booked like I didn't know it was shut down.
Yeah.
So I booked like a nice condo, like, down by where the village was, but the village was totally shut down. There's like no cars to get up there. Everybody was, because it was such a, like, it's like everybody, it was like the first time people were getting together. But I just remember like, that was a good lesson to just stay where everything is.
Yeah.
But at the time I was like brand new. I talked to Natalie and Ken, and I had a fancy dinner at the Ritz with everybody, with Ken.
So this whole like community and everything here like really helped you navigate through the shutdown during COVID, like everyone fleeing from office. I mean, office has gotten their teeth kicked in for the last 5 years.
The good thing, it was mostly like healthcare.
So healthcare was
still. So if I was doing like law
business
firms or something, or just anybody
general
that
business
was
type
doing
stuff,
these shorter term deals, it would have been. So healthcare just does longer term. So that's where.
Well, and they also are helping people through the whole COVID and all that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was that, and then the mentorship. Because if I didn't have that, I just would have had. You need somebody on the deal when you're like, that's how. So that was really valuable. So,
well, we're here at CREI Summit,
right? Yeah.
Right, and it's talking. We're a lot of people here talking about like social media and technology and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, you're sharing how you've been involved since basically day one. And I mean, how has social media, outside of just the summit, how has social media helped you in your business, and how are you using it?
So they, I forget, my firm nicknamed me like Mr. LinkedIn, because I was like, I was going on.
Were you doing the video, like the videos?
Yeah, I got a little burnt out from social media because in the beginning I was really trying to just prove myself, and I was like, you get on camera even if you don't have like the best. Like I was kind of polished, because I like hired like this firm. It's like a real estate marketing dude, and they'd
like
have a camera. I'd have to put all the lights up, and I was like, this is too much.
This video is brought to you by SiteCRE.com, the smart site submittal platform for tenants, landlords, and developers. From AI-powered site submission portals to a tenant-seeking site marketplace, Sites makes expansion fast, efficient, and targeted. Check them out at SiteCRE.com. That's SYTESCRE.com, and level up your site selection game.
But
you just want to pull the phone up and hit the.
So I always joke with people. I was like, back in the day, I was number 23 on the CRE Summit list because I was doing LinkedIn a lot. I was getting a lot of comments, but mostly for me, I'm more Google. I kind of focus on getting reviews and people finding me there.
Doing search.
And ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
And you're on X too, right?
I'm on
Twitter.
X. I do the spaces.
I just did that for the first time before we came here, and it was like they told me it's like Clubhouse. I'm like, I wasn't even on Clubhouse, so I don't know what that means. But
yeah, it's we're on there a little too much sometimes, but it's a place to go and you can just ask questions and chat.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I think you and I talked when it was the sponsors. I think.
Oh, really?
I was on there with Michaela and a bunch of them, and I'm pretty sure you were in the
I was joking with Michaela. I was like, because of the realty ads and all that. But
So you use LinkedIn to help drive your
LinkedIn
business and networking and all that.
I'd start getting messages on there. I mean, I'm doing healthcare and office tenant rep.
Yeah.
So it's not like doing fancy investments.
But can you find like the contacts that you need at the different healthcare companies on LinkedIn?
You can. So it's like,
I
used to use all these like extra tools on there. I forget what it was. But
someone was telling, I think it was Tori Nook was telling me about something called Surfy.
Yeah, there's all these, like, there's a duck thing
little
I used.
Extensions.
I forget what it is, where it would just, so you could click on their contact. And and things like that. But now things are so sophisticated. There's so many tools to get, information, or you can hire somebody to come on. So, but yeah, I mean, I use LinkedIn. I mean, I have a lot of inbound because
of Google.
Because of Google. Not that, you still got it for the deals you really want. You got to do some.
You got to filter through them.
And be the one that picks up the phone first.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to say it's all because, we're
within
all
5 minutes.
Like, hello?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I'm here.
Yeah.
Sending over the agreement.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. But yeah, that's Google, lenders, contractors, a pretty good steady stream that way. But yeah, I do X. I go on space. I'm more trying to network with people just so I know other people. If I can refer, do something like that.
Yeah, it's super networking.
Yeah. So
get referrals sent to you. People know you as the expert, and
So in the next year, I'm going to go back to, just not rebranding, but just being a little more out there.
What advice would you give to somebody watching or listening here that's similar to your situation? Like how, what's the one thing that you would tell them if they're either in the business and it's not going the way that they want, or they want to, get started in the business? Because this is good coming from, someone that made a career change.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, pretty driven guy, but I was a marathoner. I can take a lot of pain. So I can.
You beat yourself up.
So somebody could, I could.
You got in the office during COVID. So yes.
So yeah, I guess the one thing I would say, because I try to encourage people, because a lot of veterans would ask me hey, I'm just like, you gotta, I hate to say it, but you probably got to have a year of reserves, while you're building up. And I'm not so much into this, even though I did it, sit in a room and cold call.
Yeah.
But you at least.
You didn't boiler room it?
I did a little. I was the only person in WeWork. I was looking up. I'm like, what am I doing?
The Ferrari keys on the desk.
Oh my God. I would just be sitting in a building by myself during COVID, making calls.
Bunch of leads on a sheet.
Yeah, I did do that. But, after I don't really do that anymore. Yeah, I would definitely say you gotta have reserves there, because you're gonna be stressed if you're, and people are gonna, deals fall apart, especially early on. Things aren't gonna go how you want. People aren't gonna be loyal to you. So I would just say, get a mentor and have reserves.
I love the mentor idea. And you're a vet.
Yeah.
What branch?
Army.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And so, do you have a lot of vets that reach out to you?
It is mostly.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
Do they find you on LinkedIn?
Find me on LinkedIn, and I used to do this. Yeah.
Okay, because the reason I'm bringing this up is because if you are a veteran, or you are former military, thank you for your service. But this is this is the reason that I want to bring people on here and we learn more about them, because if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to people that are not, that maybe you don't feel like they understand your situation, Brian, I want you guys to reach out to Brian. It doesn't even have to be for office, right?
Right. I do office and retail.
Yeah, you do retail too.
Yeah, it's just.
But I want you guys to know that you can reach out to Brian.
Yeah.
And when we get to that portion, we'll put everything in the description. We're going to make sure that you guys know how to go and connect with everybody that's on here. So that I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So where do you want people to connect with you?
Probably. I mean, my phone number.
Well, you don't have to put it here.
No.
We'll get you.
No. I was going to say my phone number is everywhere, which I probably shouldn't put it everywhere.
Yeah, it's on Google.
I'm but I'm I don't even have a Google change, but probably X.
Yeah.
X.
Do you have a website too?
I do. It's commercialtenantpro.com.
Okay, and we're gonna link that down below. So we're gonna put your LinkedIn, X. You got any? We're gonna put the website down in the description. Any other platforms?
Yeah,
you on Instagram or anything?
I'm on Instagram, but
I think we're connected on there. That's how we're gonna help.
Do as much
content. We're gonna help. We're gonna help him build his Instagram. So I'm gonna put that down below too.
Yeah. Don't call me about building your Instagram account. But yeah, it's funny. Office.
Okay, we'll put everything in the description down below. Brian, I appreciate you joining me.
Thanks a lot.
It's that time of the day here where we got to get down to business and brass tacks. So if you are subscribed, thank you, kudos to you. If you're not, please go ahead and subscribe. Don't kick the tire down the road any longer. Give us a like, smash that bell. Do me a favor, if you found any value out of this or any of our other podcasts, go ahead and send this out. Share this with somebody that you think it might benefit, who might find some value from it as well. We really appreciate that. And again, thank you for being here. Our goal is to help you learn how to invest, find the information that you want, learn all the different avenues for how you can get involved in commercial real estate and find success. So you know what time it is? Rent's due. And as always, my friends, stay hungry. If you made it this far through and you landed here, it means you're serious about making money in commercial real estate. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already following for more great commercial real estate, and check out this video or this video. As always, stay hungry, my friends.